but neither did you. Not really. Your apartment window framed the skyline, neon signs blinking through the fog like a heartbeat. Pulsing. Through steel and glass, it was quiet. Too quiet. Especially for New York. You were so used to the occasional siren and the hum of distant conversations and the constant movement, but tonight something felt different. Maybe it was because you weren't alone. You glanced over at the figure perched on your fire escape. Are you gonna come in, or are you just gonna sit out there looking broody? You asked, pulling your hoodie tighter around yourself. Spiderman. You're Spiderman. Tilted his head, his mask hiding whatever expression he would have worn. He hesitated, but then in one smooth motion, swung inside, landing lightly on your floor. I wasn't brooding, he said, his voice muffled through a mask. You totally were. No, I was thinking. Thinking dramatically, you corrected, sitting cross-legged on your couch. What's up, Spidey? He let out a sigh, running a hand through his curls after pulling his mask up just enough to expose his mouth and chin. He always thought he had a nice mouth, soft and expressive, but always carrying the weight of things he couldn't say. I had a rough night, he admitted. Your expression softened. Bad guys? You asked. Yeah, and other stuff. You knew other stuff could mean anything. School, friends, and the impossible balance between being Peter Parker and Spider-Man. You weren't supposed to know his name, but you did. You figured it out long before he ever told you. Maybe it was the way he talked, the awkward way he rambled when he wasn't fighting crime, or maybe it was when he checked on you after something dangerous in the city happened. Whatever it was, Peter Parker was yours, even if he didn't know how to say it. You want to talk about it? You offered, watching him kick off his shoes and collapse onto the couch beside you. Nah. So you didn't push. Instead, you just leaned against him, letting his warmth sink into your skin. He smelled like the rain and sweat and something inherently Peter. He hesitated before wrapping an arm around you, pulling you closer. You know, he said after a while, normal people text before showing up at someone's window. Peter groans. You just tell me to come over anyway. Fair, he responded. The silence between you was comfortable. He needed this, and you knew that. Needed the stillness, the grounding presence of someone who didn't expect him to be anything other than just him. Not a hero, not a genius, just Peter. Eventually, he murmured, I almost didn't make it tonight. He stiffened. What do you mean? He exhaled sharply. There was this fight, some guy with powers, nothing I could handle, but he got a hit and knocked me off the rooftop. His fingers curled into the fabric of his suit. I caught myself, he reassured you. Obviously. That's not funny, you muttered back, pulling back to look at him. Peter lifted his gaze to yours, and something in his expression shifted. He reached up, fingertips ghosting over your cheek. I know, I keep thinking, what if I didn't? What if one day I don't catch myself? You swallowed hard. Don't say that. But it's true. I can't stop. I can't quit. People need Spider-Man. I need Peter, you whispered. The words hung between you, heavy and unspoken for far too long. His breath hitched. You do? Of course I do, you idiot. Your voice cracked lightly. You think I like seeing you come here with bruises and cuts, pretending everything's fine? You think I don't get worried every time I see the news or some guy with laser guns? Peter swallowed, bobbing his Adam's apple. You don't have to carry this alone. You cut him off, reaching for his hand and lacing your fingers together. You have me. He stayed at your conjoined hands, like he couldn't believe it, like no one had ever told him that before. Then after a long pause, he whispered, I don't deserve you. That's not your decision to make, you shot back. I'm here, I'm always here. His grip on you tightened. Promise? You nodded. Promise. Peter inhaled deeply, and in one swift motion, he pulled off his mask completely. He looked tired, dark circles under his eyes, and his lips slightly slit from whatever fight he had been in. But he was beautiful in that raw, unguarded way. Before you could say anything, he kissed you. It wasn't rushed or desperate, it was soft and careful, like he was afraid you would disappear if he wasn't gentle enough. His lips moved against yours, slow and reverent, as if memorizing every detail. When he pulled away, his forehead rested against yours. I think I'm in love with you, he admitted, his breath warm against your skin. Your heart stuttered. You think? He chuckled, a little bit embarrassed. Okay, I know. You smiled, brushing your nose against his. Took you long enough. Peter kissed you again, and this time he didn't hold back. It was all emotion, fear, relief, love. His hands cradled your face, his thumbs tracing along your jawline like you were something delicate. When he finally pulled away, he sighed. I should go before I get too comfortable. You giggle. You say that like it's a bad thing. He grinned, but it was laced with exhaustion. Bad for the crime rate. You rolled your eyes. Fine, but you owe me another kiss next time. Peter smirked, slipping his mask back on. Deal. He climbed into the fire escape, but before he swung away, he turned back. Hey, Wan. Yeah? You respond. Thank you, he said after a moment. You didn't need to ask what for, and he disappeared into the night city. You sighed, already counting down the minutes before he'd return, and you knew he would. He always did. The first thing you noticed was the rain. It had been falling for hours, drumming against your window like an impatient fingers, tapping against the glass. New York was never quiet, but the rain, muffled by the city, made everything feel distant, like you were trapped inside a snow globe watching the movie as the world moved on. You should have been asleep. It was past 2. It had been a few days, you think, since you saw Peter. You couldn't stop checking your phone. Nothing, no texts, no missed calls, no I'm okay messages that you always insisted on getting. Peter was late. You pulled your blanket tighter around your shoulders, staring at the glow of your phone screen. Maybe he was fine, maybe he was just busy, maybe a soft thump outside your window made your heart leap in your throat. You scrambled up, nearly tripping over your own 2 feet as you rushed to unlock it. The second the window slid open, a drenched, battered Spiderman practically collapsed into your room. Peter! You gasped, grabbing him before he hit the floor. He was shivering, his suit torn in multiple places, blood smeared across his arms and jaw. His breathing was heavy and uneven. Hey, Ryan, he muttered, voice barely above a whisper. Don't hey me! What the hell happened? You struggled under his weight, guiding him towards your bed. He sat down with a wince, pulling off one of his gloves with shaky fingers. Got a little banged up, he admitted, clearly trying to downplay it. A little? You mutter, looking at his wounds. You hurried to your closet, grabbing the first aid kit you kept in here for him. Jesus, Peter, you look like you've been thrown through a brick wall. Would you believe me if I said it was only half a brick wall? Your glare was enough answer. Peter sighed, rolling his mask up to his nose, revealing a split lip and a nasty bruise forming under his cheekbone. You wanted to be mad at him, but worry outweighed everything else. Take off your suit, he ordered. He blinked at you. Wow, at least buy me dinner first. He smacked his arm gently, though he still let out a dramatic, ow! Shut up and let me help you. With a groan, he unzipped his suit, wincing as he pulled it off his shoulders. Underneath his torso was littered with bruises, a deep cut stretching across his ribcage. He sucked in a breath. This is bad, Pete. He shrugged, attempting to grin. I've had worse. Not the point. You settled beside him, opening the first aid kit. The antiseptic stung when you tapped down his wound, but Peter barely flinched. You knew he was used to the pain. The fact of that made your stomach twist. You can't keep doing this alone, you murmur. Peter was quiet for a moment, then softly, I'm not alone. I have you. He paused, your hands stilling against his skin. When he looked up at his big brown eyes, and they were already on you, something unreadable flickered behind them. It wasn't the first time he had said something like that, but tonight with him bleeding on your bed, his fingers pushing against yours, it felt different. Your heart pounded. Peter? He swallowed his Adam's apple poppling. I think about this a lot. About us, he admitted. Your breath caught in your throat. He let out a shaky laugh. I mean, I shouldn't, right? I shouldn't drag you into my mess, but you're the only person I have who makes me feel like I don't have to carry everything by myself. Your fingers curled around his hand. You don't. Peter exhaled sharply, his grip tightening around yours. I don't deserve that. And I don't deserve you. You say that a lot, he whispered. Because it's true, he muttered back. He shook your head, reaching up to cup his face. His skin was warm beneath your fingertips. His breath was uneven. Peter, I don't care about any about that. I care about you. Something in him broke at that, and before you could process it, his lips were on yours. It wasn't rushed, desperate, it was slow and careful and full of everything he wasn't able to say out loud. Your fingers curled into his damp curls as he leaned into it, his hands trembling slightly as they rested on your waist. When you finally pulled away, he exhaled. I've wanted to do that for so long. He smiled, brushing a thumb against his cheek. Me too. His lips twitched into a soft grin as he pressed a hand to his ribs, making him wince. You rolled your eyes. You're literally injured and still thinking about kissing me. Well, yeah, he admitted, breathless. Kinda made me forget about how much everything hurts. You sighed, nudging him down back onto the bed. Fine, but you're staying here tonight. You're not going anywhere. Wait, but crime. Crime can wait, you scolded him. Peter groaned, flopping back onto the bed. You're so bossy. Yeah, but you love it. Your face burned as you shook your head, climbing into the bed beside him. He immediately curved into your warmth, his body carried from the night's events. Hey, YN, he murmured, already half asleep. Yeah? Thanks for patching me up. You smiled, pressing a kiss to his temple. Whatever. As the rain continued to fall outside, Peter let out a content sigh, his fingers lacing with yours beneath the blankets. For once he wasn't swinging through the city, chasing bad guys, and wasn't bleeding alone on the rooftop. He was here. With you. And for now, maybe that was enough.